Imagine, for a moment, the oldest human job there is, farming. Fields tilled by hand, harvests gathered, practices passed down forever. Now, picture that same field, but it's packed with smart sensors. Drones flying overhead, mapping it out. AI figuring out exactly when and where to water. It's a quiet revolution, really, but profound, and it's happening right now. Today, we're taking a deep dive into something pretty transformative, the global digital farming technology market. So I've kind of set the stage. But what exactly is this digital farming technology in practice? Our main source here, the Global Digital Farming Technology Market Report from Cognitive Market Research, calls it, let me see, advanced technological solutions designed to optimize agricultural practices, enhance productivity, and improve resource efficiency. So basically, it's giving farmers smart tools, everything from, sensors and drones to AI analysis. The goal is to make farming more precise, efficient, and sustainable, like a high-tech factory almost, but growing food.
Yeah, and what's really compelling is the sheer range of tech involved. It's not just one thing. We're talking precision agriculture tools, like specialized equipment that puts water or fertilizer exactly where needed, down to the square foot sometimes.
Yeah.
Then you've got sophisticated data analytics platforms crunching all the numbers coming in. And IoT-enabled sensors, those little devices, checking everything from soil moisture to how the crops are doing,
Yeah.
sending data in real time.
Real time, okay.
Right, feeding into farm management software that helps farmers, run the whole show more smoothly. And you can't forget automation systems and remote sensing that could be robotic harvesters or satellite images, all sorts. It's really a whole ecosystem built for optimization.
Okay, so our mission for this deep dive is to really explore how fast this market is expanding and its impact globally. We're sticking close to the insights from that Cognitive Market Research report.
And the core benefits, well, the report makes them pretty clear. By using all this real-time data, these AI-driven insights, farmers can just make much, much better decisions.
Better decisions, yeah.
Which means they can cut operational costs, often quite drastically, and bump up their crop yields.
Oh.
And crucially, it pushes towards more sustainable farming. It's not just about more food, it's about doing it smarter, more efficiently, and yeah, often greener.
That sustainability piece is key.
Mm.
So with these obvious upsides, what does the report say is really pushing this massive growth we're seeing?
It points to a few powerful forces coming together.
Hmm.
First, just the relentless global demand for food. We need more.
Hmm.
Then, farmers themselves are adopting these smart farming systems more and more because they see the results. They see it working.
Right, tangible benefits.
Exactly. And finally, governments around the world are actually helping with supportive initiatives pushing this transition. So it's like necessity, innovation, and policy all lining up. A potent mix.
Okay, let's dig into the details then, because the overall picture,
Wow.
it really shows a huge global shift. The global sales revenue, right? It was around $8.4 billion back in 2021.
Just about, yeah.
By 2025, so just next year, that's projected to hit over $12 billion. But here's the really staggering part. By 2033, the market's expected to reach, get this, $25.3 billion.
Yeah, it's not just slow and steady growth. The report really highlights how profound this shift is, more than tripling in, just over a decade?
Yeah.
That suggests we're really seeing agriculture being redefined on a global scale. It's not just tweaking old methods, it's a fundamental transformation.
A transformation. Okay, so we see the global surge. But what's really interesting is how this plays out region by region. Let's unpack the geography, because the report shows clearly where this revolution is taking root fastest, starting in North America.
Right. North America is set to nearly triple, from about $3.4 billion in 2021,
Okay.
projected to over $9.7 billion by 2033.
Wow. And the U.S. is the main engine there, I assume?
Absolutely dominant. The U.S. alone is forecast to go from roughly $2.6 billion up to over $7.3 billion.
Huge.
But what's also striking is the speed of growth in Canada and Mexico. Both are set to more than quadruple their market value. Yeah, together they'll be approaching something like $2.3 billion by 2033. Really significant growth there, too.
Okay, let's cross the Atlantic. Europe, what's the picture there?
Europe's also seeing major growth. The regional market is projected to grow from about $2.4 billion to over $7 billion by 2033.
So, also roughly tripling.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And key markets like Germany and France are both expected to cross the $1 billion mark each.
Okay, big players.
Definitely. Shows widespread adoption. The UK is strong too, heading towards over 700 million. And then you've got Russia, Italy, Spain, all showing significant growth, heading towards that $500 million to nearly $1 billion range.
It seems pretty broad-based then.
Very. And it's not just the big economies either.
Yeah.
The report flags impressive growth in smaller European markets too, like Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland, Luxembourg.
Hmm.
It points to really wide integration of these technologies across the continent.
Fascinating. Okay, let's shift over to Asia Pacific now. What's happening there?
Asia Pacific is expanding dramatically as well, from about 1.6 billion in 2021,
Right.
projected to hit 5.3 billion by 2033. So again, more than tripling.
And who are the main drivers in that region?
The powerhouses are China, Japan, and India. China's projected to grow from nearly 500 million to over 1.5 billion.
Okay.
Japan from about 357 million to over 1.1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And India's growth is also really strong, from roughly 230 million up to over 850 million.
So huge markets getting even bigger.
Exactly. And we're also seeing, compelling growth in South Korea, Australia, Singapore, Southeast Asia as a whole, and Taiwan. They're all contributing to this big regional expansion.
All right, let's head south. South America.
South America's total market value is projected to jump quite a bit, from about 565 million in 2021
Okay.
to nearly 1.9 billion by 2033.
So more than tripling. Brazil leads the way, I imagine.
Brazil's the leader, yeah.
Yeah.
Growing from over 200 million to an expected 670 million. But Argentina and Colombia are seeing substantial increases too. Argentina heading towards 270 million, Colombia approaching 175 million.
Got it. How about the Middle East?
Over in the Middle East, the forecast is for the market to more than double.
Okay, doubling.
Yeah, from about 320 million in 2021 to over 816 million by 2033.
Right,
Saudi Arabia is a key player there, projected to reach nearly 300 million.
right.
Turkey is set for almost 100 million, the UAE around 86 million. And we're also seeing solid growth in Egypt and Qatar mentioned in the report.
Okay, and finally, Africa.
Africa starts from a smaller base, around 177 million in 2021.
Right.
But it's projected to grow significantly, reaching over 600 million by 2033. So, again, more than tripling its current size.
Which countries stand out there?
South Africa is a significant market, growing towards 188 million. And Nigeria also shows strong expansion, projected to reach over 100 million.
So if you pull back and look at all these regions,
Yeah.
what's the big takeaway?
Well, if we connect this back to the bigger picture,
Mm.
the really consistent and significant growth across such, diverse global regions, it just underscores this universal recognition that digital farming is needed and it works.
Yeah.
It shows there's a shared understanding worldwide that this tech isn't just nice to have, it's actually crucial for the future of how we produce food.
It really is a global phenomenon then.
Absolutely. Not just limited to a few leading countries. It's everywhere.
So, okay, what does all this really mean for you listening right now? This isn't just some, niche tech trend for farmers. It's a fundamental shift in how our food gets produced. It's about using cutting-edge tech to meet the planet's growing need for food, but doing it efficiently and hopefully more sustainably.
Exactly.
For farmers, it means potentially making way better decisions, maybe slashing their costs, boosting yields in ways they couldn't before, and ultimately that strengthens our global food systems, makes them more resilient for the future. So just to quickly wrap up our deep dive today, the global digital farming technology market, well, it's exploding.
Yeah.
Widespread growth, fundamentally changing agriculture with data, with AI. It's kind of amazing how innovation can impact even the oldest human activities, right? Bringing the farm into a totally new era.
Yeah, absolutely. And this raises, I think, an important question for you to think about. As this digital farming tech keeps integrating so rapidly, how will it not only reshape the economics of food production prices, supply chains, all that, but also how will it significantly influence global food security and our environmental conservation efforts in the decades ahead?
Exactly. Definitely something to chew on as you think about the food on your plate and the journey it takes to get there. We really encourage you to reflect on this evolving field and maybe keep exploring it on your own.